If you want to buy a C5 Corvette, do not spam power mods. There are a few things that you need to do first before you start spamming power mods. You want to get this car in running shape, or else you're going to blow up on the side of the road. So I'll give you the top 5 mods that you need to do first. Yeah, I would call these mods, but if you want to call them maintenance, then you can do that too. A lot of C5s are known to have the steering wheel column lock on you. That means you will not be able to turn the steering wheel unless you get a bypass. Apparently there's a little pin inside of the steering wheel that helps lock the steering wheel. I guess it gets stuck and then you're stuck with a locked steering wheel and you can't drive. Usually you'll get this sign here that I'll put up on the screen. If you get this bypass, it's basically a module that you connect to the car and it will unlock that steering wheel for you, and then you can drive normally. I have not done this yet, but I do have that module somewhere over there in that cluttered mess, just in case it does do that. A lot of them are prone to doing that, and it probably will happen eventually, so I just have it ready. Unless you're buying a fully built C5 Corvette, everything on this car will be clapped out. The most important thing that you need to change, well, one of the most important thing, you will need to modify your suspension. Get some aftermarket suspension upgrades. You need end links, you need sway bars, you need tie rods. Whatever you can find that's new or, you know, new-ish. You can find parts from a C6 Z06, put them on this car. Usually they fit perfectly. Get you some Bilstein shocks, get you some coilovers. You can even run bags if you wanted to. Anything will be better than the old suspension that are already on these cars. And I promise you, you will feel a difference from day one. You will feel a difference. Make sure you do that. That should be one of the first things that you do on this car. And let me tell you how I know this. Obviously, I own this car. I drive it pretty often. The rear likes to sway. The rear sways a lot in these cars. Once you get some aftermarket suspension components for this car, and that includes bushings as well, definitely replace some bushings on this car. Get the hard bushings. I forget what they're called. The poly bushings. Get those red, black, white, however you want to do it. Replace the bushings. Wherever you can reach a bushing, replace it. I still have not done all the bushings on this car. I did a lot of the ones in the rear, some of the ones up front, but there's still a few back here that I need to replace. One of the primary goals for this car is to eliminate body roll, because it does have a lot of body roll and it bounces a lot. Once you get rid of that, the car is absolutely perfect. For this car, I do still need to upgrade the shocks. I have replaced wheel bearings and tie rods and sway bars and end links and stuff like that. I've already done that. I am still trying to decide between upgraded shocks or coilovers, kind of teetering on both sides. Right now I'm leaning towards coilovers, but a couple weeks ago I was like, upgraded shocks sound pretty nice right now, but I'm kind of going back and forth. I'll probably end up going with coilovers, like some Silvers coilovers, or maybe BC Racing. I'll probably go Silvers because I've always ran Silvers on my other cars. And while we're talking about suspension, you definitely need to get wider wheels and tires. The base C5s come with 17 fronts, 18 rears. These are now 18 fronts, 19 rears. They are wider. I forget how wide these are, but they are wider than the stock, which I have here actually. I forgot these were here for a second. But you do get a fatter tire for the OEM setup. The new setup that I have, the tires are a little bit smaller, but they are wider. It does make a difference. I still have some really good tires on here too. These are Michelin Pilot Sports. And these tires are, what the hell are these tires? The Nitto NT 555 G2s. That's what these are. I'm gonna keep both of these in case I ever want to run these again. If you want to see, can you see? Yeah, these are just the old OEM setups. They really need to be cleaned. I'll probably never do that. But anyway, once you get your suspension and your wheel and tire setup going, the car will feel like a brand new car, I promise. Now, a lot of people actually overlook this. You want to do with a C5 Corvette, you want to make sure the cooling is like perfect. You want to dial in the cooling on the car. These cars do, I say run hot, but they do run on the hotter side because they feed in air from the bottom of the car and it goes up into this little housing here. You see there's an air filter there. It goes up all into this area here. So for the C5s, you can get rid of the bottom air cooling effect. I think they call that like the catfish effect or something like that, I forget. Now what I mean by upgraded cooling, obviously you can upgrade the radiator. That's what a lot of people do when they get these cars. Mind you, it's already a almost 30-year-old radiator, so a new one would help out a lot. What you can do is add extra vents. People will vent out the hood here and this little license plate area here. Cut that out, put like a mesh grill there and here, and you'll have cooling going into there. You can get rid of the air dams and that, which sucks in the air like this. Aftermarket hood will help. I know a lot of the cowl hoods have a lot of extra space in here that vents air through somehow. You can get one of those. A lighter hood helps, carbon fiber hood helps. Anything to get extra heat from out of this engine bay will help out. I know people run vents on these cars too, which I believe you can just cut them out about here or so. Some people do it in the middle. I'm not cutting into this hood. I'm gonna keep this hood as it is. I would much rather just buy a hood that is already vented, like a carbon fiber vented hood or something like that. This is gonna stay exactly how it is. And now that I think about it, some people have to replace the fans on these. You might as well get upgraded fans while you're at it, to be honest. But I don't have that issue yet, fingers crossed. So I'm not gonna have to worry about that. On a side note, you will obviously have to replace a lot of things in this car when they break down, which they will eventually, probably. I don't know, every car is different. I like to get parts that I know will work and will fit correctly the first time. I don't like to experiment with aftermarket parts and not knowing if they fit or if I have to fit things a certain way or get rid of stuff to make something fit. I don't like to do that. For example, this tensioner here, this is very close to the OEM one, which I have, I think, in that box down there, or maybe somewhere over there, I don't know. It's very, very close to the OEM one. You can get aftermarket tensioners, obviously. I didn't want to experiment with that. I just like to get something that I know will work and throw that on the car. It's been working for 20 something years already, almost 30 years. So why not get an OEM-ish part? Plus it is a lot cheaper. I'm not even gonna lie, it's a lot cheaper. Some things you don't cheap out on, you know, like suspension, obviously. Don't cheap out on that kind of stuff. You know, the air filters and stuff, don't cheap out on those. But simple things like this, the OEM style stuff, you know, alternators and pulleys and all that kind of stuff, the balancers, which actually we do need to talk about. One thing you will absolutely need to replace is the harmonic balancer. I always mention this part because it is detrimental to the car. They all fail eventually. I did this first. Don't mind how dirty this is. I've been working on this car for a good little minute now. Harmonic balancer is right down up in there. Right there, there it is. That little thing right, that little circle thing right there. If it wasn't already replaced on your car, it will fail and you will need to replace it, or else you will risk some serious engine failure. I went with this one here that I will put up on the screen. You know it works, and it's probably gonna work for the next 30 something years, just like the OEM one. Although it does make sense, if you're gonna have all of this ripped open anyway, you might as well get something that is beefier, or however you want to put it, an aftermarket harmonic balancer. I understand that, but do whatever you want. But you will need to replace that if it hasn't already been replaced. A lot of people overlook this too for these C5 Corvettes. Belts and hoses, just check your belts. Make sure the belts aren't crumbling apart. If they're crumbling, just replace them, get some nice belts, make it look nice. I like an all black engine bay. I don't really care for all of the colorful belts and stuff like that. So any belts that I have replaced, I've just gotten them in black. I don't really care. And you know what? Bonus item, while you're at it, just go ahead and get a nice steering wheel. That should be the first thing you do. Just get a nice steering wheel. It definitely helps with the interior, spruce up the interior a little bit. It feels nice to hold and drive, and you just, I don't know, you feel more sporty. So go ahead and replace that. Keep in mind, for most, this steering wheel will be a pain in the ass to take off. So that's your warning right there. I mean, that's basically it. Like, you want to make sure the car is perfect before dumping power into it. You dump power into this car, I promise you, you will break down and you will blow something up. I promise it will happen. So make sure everything is in working order. Suspension for sure. Make sure your wheel bearings are good because they probably need to be replaced. You will go sliding off the road. I promise you, if you have too much power, your wheel bearings will break if they haven't been replaced already. They will break, your wheels will go flying off, and you will crash. I promise you, it will happen. We'll just make everything safer. You will feel safe in the car. The car will drive much, much better when you do all of this stuff. It will feel much better. You will feel much safer to drive the speed limit. Again, I'm always happy to answer any questions. I know a lot of people are looking at the C5s lately. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm always down to open some DMs and chat about the car. Just let me know if you have any questions. I got you.